Now y'all should be able to hear me. Can you tell me, confirm if you can hear me or not? Sorry, this isn't my typical setup, but I wanted to get a live stream in today. So yeah, the main play I'm looking at is SOAR. It's very tempting even right now as it approaches the VWAP to enter, but I am not planning on entering till it at least tests its pre-market highs. But let me know if y'all can hear me. Somebody can say yes. There we go. Thank you. Okay. But the most fruitful plays for me lately have been these plays as they approach the 200 moving average. They have been rejecting pretty cleanly lately, to be honest. So this is the main one I'm looking at this morning. Obviously, I've been traveling, so if y'all are in the circle group, y'all probably saw my post where I said that I'm at the airport. So excuse the background noise, but I did want to get a live stream in today. I did play pre-market at 4 a.m. a little bit, but there wasn't a lot that was popping. But KLTO kind of interests me as well. It's kind of the same concept with this one too. Starting to look a little bit bullish. Y'all probably remember this one from, I don't have my mouse, so it's hard for me to zoom in and out. But anyways, a few days ago, this is the one that released the news about how in the mice, they could make them, they did the test on the mice and it showed that they could increase longevity. We all know that it's kind of fluff news. There's a long ways they have to go. But the point of me bringing this up is if you look at the daily and if you look at the monthly pivot, or actually I should say the daily pivot right here at 255. So if this gets up to 255, I'm going to go pretty heavy on KLTO. It's kind of the same concept as the 200 moving average with SOAR. It's just an area that they like to reject. And SOAR might not get there, to be honest, but I'm okay with that. I'm trying to be more particular about my entries. I will start scaling in when it tests these highs right here. But I'm going to save my heavier entries for around $5. NEHC, this one, I haven't played. I mean, like I said, I just got off a flight, so I'm waiting for my connecting. But if this gets back up to 140, I'll enter. When I looked I didn't see many levels that really interest me that much. The monthly pivot from a couple months ago is around 165, but honestly, I'm not seeing a level that I just love. But if it does want to get back to its pre-market highs, I will be interested. But those are kind of the three plays I'm looking at right now. Unless something else pops up before then. One of these will probably get the money flow, and it'll probably be SOAR. And I predict it will reject probably around the $5 level, because it reminds me of the play from yesterday that basically made my day. It was KZIA, I believe. KZIA. I could see it playing out just like this one did. Y'all heard me loud and clear on the live stream yesterday, wanting it to. No, maybe it wasn't KZIA. Let's see. Yeah, it was KZIA. So the 200 moving average, I was wanting it to get up here to this 1250 level. And this is why they have lately just been rejecting off these 200 moving averages. So I'm going to keep playing it like that. I mean, they always have trouble getting over the 200s, but lately it's been like a key rejection zone. So long story short, That's what I'm looking for with SOAR on the daily. That is a long way to go, but it's not that far. And I could totally see that happening. But I will have a starter entry when it gets up to the $4 level as well. So it's kind of what I'm looking at. I don't have any entries right now. I'm up like $500 from the 4 a.m. plays. There weren't great opportunities, but there were some opportunities, and I was up. I've been up over 24 hours now from flying, and I had to go to one of my dispensaries. But long story short, we stayed the whole night because we had to flip the state tracking system. So waiting for my flight to head home, but I wanted to get some trading in before then. So I'm gonna look at the comments real quick, see what y'all are saying. Good morning. Here you go. Oh no, the locates are expensive on SOAR. Quick question for all of us that have had a small account. How much size can we take? Let's say $1,000 small account. How about RSLS? Scaling to avoid margin call. Remy, I don't really know how to answer that. Whatever your risk tolerance is. So, you know, a lot of people, sorry for the background noise, a lot of people preach risk, you know, 1 to 2% of your portfolio. I obviously go heavier than that because I keep a small account. I only keep my, well, quote unquote, small account compared to some people out there trading. I only keep like a 25K to a 50K account, and then I take the money out when it starts exceeding that. So I have a smaller account as well, and I'll risk about like 5K a trade unless I have very high conviction. But again, that's something that you're going to have to figure out. RSLS, let's see, let's look at it. RSLS. And again, I do not have my mouse, so bear with me. Or actually, I might. I need to look through my bag. So RSLS, let me see. So it's only up 32%. So I mean, it's not looking bad, but overall, especially if you change it to the 5-minute, I was looking at it on my phone. It's looking pretty bullish. I mean, if it gets back up to 350, that is potentially a play, but I'm not interested in it until that happens because it's kind of in no man's land right now. Like, if it wants to go to the daily, just even the 9, that's all the way up to 4. And then if it wants to go to the 200 moving average, man, where is that even at? That's up here to $90. So the first real rejection zone I could see for this is around $8 or $7.78, the pivot. So it could really, really run. Do I think it's going to make it there? No, not really. But I'm trying to play less of them in no man land. That used to be more of my strategy where I was just kind of shorting whatever popped. And it's just not the season for that right now. January, where I made like 60 something K that month, that's all I did. Everything that popped, I was shorted. And it worked. But this, I've been getting kind of beat up doing that lately. So, but no, it's not a bad play. It could potentially be a VWAP fade as well. Whenever the 5-minute candle closes below VWAP, which it has, it could potentially fade away. But I like to trade things that are at least up 50% personally. I just want more meat on the bones. So that's kind of why I'm mostly focused on KLTO, which is about 38%. If it gets up to that 250 level, it'll be well over 50%. SOAR is already. I don't have locates on this, and somebody in the comments mentioned it was very expensive. I'm gonna be sad if it is. Let me see. Wow, yeah, 46.90. It's not the so for 500 shares, it's $46. Yeah, that's pretty pricey. Sometimes after market open, the prices go down. But I got to do a little bit of DD on SOAR to be honest right now. So dilution tracker says it only has 1.6% institutional ownership. They have a decent amount of cash. They have 22 months of cash left, so they're not in a cash crunch. So I don't think they're that big of a candidate for an offering. I don't like that. And the news, what was the news again? Let's see. Is this the buyout one? Yeah. The thing so this isn't that bad of news, but it clearly says it's non-binding, so that means they can back out at any, they can back out, and I believe it's a all share deal. Let me see, trading higher to sign a non-binding term sheet to acquire. So they'll own 90% of the total issued and outstanding shares. So historically, I've noticed whenever it's like a share buyout like this, it doesn't usually hold the gain. I feel like the market likes to see like cash purchases instead of just like share purchases, if that makes sense. So if like that's the part that's concerning me too, and the fact that it's like non-binding. So it could be fluff, news. So I'm very happy shorting this play. And when I say fluff, I don't mean it's complete BS, but fluff as in the market might react to it right now, but by tomorrow or the next day, they already forgot about it. People sell the position and it starts to fade, if that makes sense. So yeah, RSLS is definitely in play, but I wouldn't even consider shorting it unless it maybe tests the pre-market high, but I'm not going to go heavy if it does. Because it's just, there's, again, not enough meat on the bones, and I like shorting at like clear resistance levels lately, especially at market open. Because like KLTO, I would not be surprised if this gets up to like 250. SOAR, y'all heard me preaching on the live stream yesterday about 1250, and it got up there and immediately rejected. So I think SOAR could be that play today, but I could be wrong. It could, as soon as market opens, it could just fade away. I'm going to get some shares. I'm going to pay that locate fee if I see it start like ticking up. But even now, it's not a bad play. Like it's already fallen below VWAP. It's tested VWAP, got rejected. So there could be a play here if it gets up to VWAP again and rejects. But I'm not going to play it. If it was middle of the day, I would play that move. But with it about to be market open in 8 minutes, the highest volatility, I think it's going to break past the VWAP personally. That's just, that's my opinion about it. So now I'm reading the comments. The thing about SOAR, it's been grinding up for a day on the daily, and it's in a strong groove. Reshapes Life Science exclusive distribution agreement. Airport and air services has been the fourth strongest sector this quarter, so I'm probably only shorting at pre-market high, really small. Which one is that? Which one's, if that's what SOAR is? Honestly, I could care less about what, as long as it's not crypto right now, because these small cap trash stocks don't usually really trade with the market. That's a good point, Alex, but I haven't seen any correlation unless it's like crypto lately. Like, I just don't. Again, I'm going to be particular about it, but that's why I'm going to wait to short it around like a key level. But I'm still very interested in SOAR. And I'm going to work on getting locates here shortly. But yeah, if it's not AI or crypto, they still usually die off pretty quick for me. But again, do your own due diligence for sure. I honestly wish any HC would kind of pop back up to the 140. I'd be very interested in this one, but this one might be a good VWAP fade candidate. Honestly, let me pull up if they have a poor cash position, because y'all know, if y'all follow me, like these VWAP fades are best if the company has low institutional ownership, so it does 2%, and has a poor cash position. Yeah, 1.5 months of cash. So this one, if this gets back up to VWAP, I'll probably try to VWAP fade this one, meaning if it gets back to $1.10, want to test that, I'll do an entry, like a third of my position. Then if it pops higher than that, because usually what happens is they fall below VWAP, they'll bust through it just a tiny bit and then keep falling down. If it gets back to like 120, I would add a little bit more, and then if it gets like to 140, 139, I would add heavy to it. And then if it breaks it, obviously I'm out. It's bullish at that point. But I really want SOAR. No emotional attachment to this, but I think it could get up to that $5. And if it does, I'm shorting the farm on it. I'm sending all my troops to short this one because I'm flying today and I don't have a lot of time. No, and Alex, you might be right. It might have something to do with it, but it's just, again, I haven't seen a correlation personally. I'm not really too concerned about airports and air services as like a trending small cap movement, for lack of better words. Saber, yeah. Guys, you're not afraid of these crazy pumps. Last summer, I saw a stock jump from 1 to 5 in just an hour. Then it got halted and reopened at 120 for no reason. I like shorting, but this is different. Yeah, I don't really know what to say to that, Saber, to be honest. Yeah. Shorting is very high risk, and this might be a good time for my disclaimer. This is not financial advice. This is for educational purposes only. But yeah, if these type of moves scare you, then this is not for you. Then there's indexes and stuff. So the market will open in like 3 minutes. So again, SOAR is the main one I'm looking at, and basically KLTO. So we'll see what happens in the next 3 minutes. But nothing that I'm in love with. I'm gonna look at the locate fees when the market opens. SBIT, what's going on with it? Oh, that must be a buyout. But yeah, when the market opens, I'm gonna start looking at locate fees for it to see if they get cheaper. But I'm not going to try to get them unless it gets up above 4. I'm talking about SOAR. Because again, I'm at the airport. I don't want to be in like 5 positions like you see me in sometimes. I want it to be more of like 1 or 2 trades this morning that are very clean. So That's kind of why I'm looking at KLTO and SOAR. And thanks for bearing with me today, being at the airport. I just wanted to do a live. If it's hectic and you can barely hear me, apologies. But you can bounce if it's too rough. But I appreciate y'all for hopping on, and these are the plays I'm looking at.
Group 7 and 8 welcome for Key West 7 and 8 Key West. Let's check right with them here for the week. Check complimentary and we're fully on with flat.
Appreciate all the likes today. And the market's open, so let's see how this plays out. If it's
do not leave items unattended at any time.
The sad thing is there's probably a potential VWAP fade right here too, and I'm probably going to ignore it to try to get the for it to test that 200 moving average, but I think it could do it.
All bags are subject to search. Report any suspicious.
I do want to see one of these. I do want to see one of these pop though. And if y'all see anything else, let me know, because like I said, I don't have a lot of my typical resources right now. Stevie AC, what's going on with that one? It's not up that much, but that's more of like a grinding move. I feel like there will be one runner today. I just don't know which one it will be. Obviously, if I knew that every day, I would avoid it. But there's nothing that's like clear to me right now. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of just looking at my phone right now at the top gainers, just seeing what, if anything, takes off. Because there could be, like I was saying, the VWAP fade here. Like if it does touch the VWAP line, the risk versus the reward is actually pretty good. The risk is, what's this? Like 360 to 420. So like, what is that? Like 60 cents. And the reward is it falling back down. But I don't know the intricate details of that non-binding agreement to feel comfortable doing the VWAP fade on it. KLTO, did it halt down? This is a trash stock. Remember, this is the one that was trading for like what, 18 cents or something, and they dropped the BS mice news that they were able to make some mice live longer than expected or whatever. So this one will go back down at some point. I'm hoping both these just don't fade away and I don't get a position. I'm going to get some locates on any HC as it approaches the VWAP though. Yeah, the locate fees are cheap on this one, so I'm going to go ahead and get them. With a entry at, what is that? I'll probably do 108. I'm just going to start with 1,000 shares. You're right, Saber. I think NEHC is moving. Man, I don't want SOAR to give it all back. Oh, we might have missed it. Might have missed it. I hate being more particular like I am lately, but kind of have to be. Some of these outliers have been rocking me lately. But yeah, y'all know the three plays I'm looking at: SOAR, NEHC, KLTO. And none of them looks like they're wanting to make a move right now up. How's the overall market today? So the market's a little red, but basically break even. So again, this is not financial advice, but I notice sometimes after they make a big move at open like this, big red move, and it comes back to try to retest VWAP, it's usually not a bad entry. But again, I'm not going to play the VWAP fade on this. If I don't get an entry, I don't get an entry. Yeah, Alex, very quiet market open. Kind of disappointing. Should have just shorted all three at market open and just been done with it. The play you mentioned Saber, it's looking like it's testing VWAP right here. What is even the news on this one? Man, I want to see something pop. This isn't a bad move, honestly, on RSLS, but it's just not enough. Okay, now it's starting to get there. I'm about to get shares, so I'm about to get some locates if they're not expensive. Feel free to drop in the chat what the news was or why it's moving, because I don't know what it. Oh, it's saying no shares available for me. That wasn't much. That one candle wasn't much of a VWAP test, but this one right here. But it might just keep fading from here. Can y'all get locates on RSLS? I can't. Dang, the SOAR locates actually. Oh, they're the same. So 1,000 shares is $93. Just looking at the top gainers, see if anything shows up. But right now, but the market's only been open 8 minutes, so even SOAR could reverse here. But I just hate I don't have a position in it at all. But it's only up 44% now at this point. Thank you for sharing that, Saber. My exclusive distribution agreement. You can get what a broker do you use, Saber? You can get 100 shares for $1. This is one of the first market opens where I have not had a position and I don't like it. But I don't want to force anything. Might hop in any HC if it gets above $1 again, though. All right, I entered any HC at 101. It's really not that great of an entry, to be honest, but I only entered 1,000 shares, so I just want to, just me being raw, I want to be in a play right now. This seems like the best one of the batch.
You got what? Okay.
I got 1,000 more shares. They're cheap. If I want to add to that position, start doing some research on it in the background.
I can't take them off because the people are attaching them. One day, I was in Phoenix.
Yeah, they only have 1.5 million or 1.5 months of cash left. Only 2% institutional ownership. So I'm feeling good about this short. This looks like it just wants to fade away the rest of the day, honestly. I mean, like, y'all know I don't draw lines on charts very often, but this is clearly just trending down. So but I'm up $80 now, so that works. I'm just gonna, I don't have any plans of taking profit. I'm just gonna let this one just fade back to the 200. I'll take profit there. I mean, y'all know me. I'll probably take profit somewhere along the way, but ideally closing majority of my position around the 200. RSLS. Oh, it is moving. Yeah, this is a good. Let me see if I can get shorts again, because I use TradeZero as well. So that's weird. Oh, it let me get them this time. Yeah, I'm at to short this thing. So I'm doing at 325. I'm doing. Oh man, it's dropping. So I got 325, 300 shares, and then if it gets up to 348, I will add another 700. RSLS, less than 1% institutional ownership, 9.7 months of cash left. This one feels pretty good. I already forgot what the news was, so let me go back to that. Oh, that's right. This is the one that signed the exclusive U.S. distribution deal with Recon Supply to expand access. bluff. I don't see how much money is involved. Like, what does this even mean? Are you gonna make more money? How much more money are you gonna make? So yeah, I feel good about this trade. What are the other ones doing? Still not doing it, man. Jeez, KLTO just died. Very disappointed in SOAR. So I'm in NEHC, only entered 1,000 shares, but up about 90 bucks in it. RSLS, I entered at 325, up, some pennies with 300 shares. But if it does want to get to test this 350 level, I want to add 700 more. And then if it breaks, I'm just going to cut it. And y'all know what I mean by break. 5-minute candle close above the high. Not a fake out.
Attention all travelers.
So I'm at least in some plays now, so I'm feeling better about that. I'm glad I got into NEHC though. I mean, it
do not accept articles from unknown persons.
Only entered $1,000, 1,000 shares at $1, and I'm already up 120 bucks. I wish I'd have went a little heavier on it, but
do not carry items
that's
belonging
okay.
to others. Note that all bags are subject to search. Report any suspicious persons or unusual activity to your nearest law enforcement officer. Thank you and have a good flight.
This VWAP will be interesting to see how it responds to it. IPA is popping right now. It's looking kind of interesting. Is that a psychological level, $1? Can it hold over it? And I missed my entry. Gee. I got in 99 cents IPA. Sorry, I was doing it on my phone. So I'm in at 99 cents. And I'm just playing the dollar psychological level on this one. And in the background, I'm pulling up previous levels. I'll pull up dilution tracker. So year to date, it's kind of in no man's land on the daily, to be honest. How big is this company? $45 million market share. What's the new AI design peptid surpass semaglutide and receptor activation? So they just threw AI in there. Immunoprecise jumps after AI peptides beats semaglutides in lab test. Okay. So yeah, I got my 1,000 shares right here, so I'll monitor it. And if it starts breaking new highs, I'll come up with a game plan, but I'm going to play it right now. Pulling up dilution tracker to see if I can learn more about it. .6% institutional ownership, a lot of cash. They have a ton of cash. So if it breaks over $1.05, I'll probably just get out and just take a tiny loss on it. and it's breaking it now. I'm not out yet, but I'm still looking at the daily. Yeah, I'm probably going to bail because I just don't know where this one could go up to. I'm not that impressed with the news, but the market might. So I'm still in it because y'all know I like to see the 5-minute candle close above a new high. So still in it. I would like to see this 5-minute candle close below $1 though. I like these wicks. Ooh, don't like that move. You're 100% right, Alex. I just saw your comment. Oh, good to know, Saber. So 30 million float. Good. It's a good sign. Yeah, you said $1.10, Alex. That's probably a pretty good risk, to be honest. I might follow suit. $1.10, or if it breaks this $1.07, I'll start thinking about it. But anyways, back to these other plays. So RSLS, it's kind of dancing around VWAP. NEHC, it's kind of breaking trend to fall even harder, so that's good. SOAR is reversing a little bit. Again, this might not be a bad entry at VWAP, but with the 200 being at $5, I'm not going to enter here. It's going to test VWAP though. I mean, it's basically just did. KLTO, I'm shorting this bounce. I am shorting this because this company's trash. I'm shorting it at $2. First entry. That's not a good sign. So let me plug in my laptop. So I'm in KLTO at $2, and I will enter again at 215-ish. The only thing that concerns me about this one is I was telling y'all the monthly pivot or the daily pivot is up here, so I could see it getting there, but nothing's really looking that bullish. And if it fails here, that'll be a good sign. Sorry for my rough line drawing, but it's kind of breaking through it right now, if I'm being honest. IPA still kind of dancing around that level. NEHC, man, I wish I would have had a bigger position on this one. So IPA is falling below $1. Honestly, this one's going to be, I might take profit early on this one. I might trim some when it comes down to the, that is VWAP, right? Yeah, VWAP. When it comes down to VWAP, I might trim some. I'm not gonna make much on it, but I like to see them fall a little bit quicker than this.
But it's yellow, fine.
KLTO is kind of dancing around $2 as well. So yeah, kind of all three of these plays aren't really making any decisive moves right now. There's the 1 minute look like on this. Yeah, the 1 minute looks pretty bullish. So I'm gonna start taking some profit, even around 97 cents. I know that's quick, and I'm not gonna make much off of it. I kind of want to trim down my position on it. Maybe I'm being a little scared, don't know, but I'm batting 100% today, so. Okay, I trimmed some at 97, so I'm still in 700 shares, but I just trimmed 300 there. KLTO, this is one that I would almost be willing to just like swing down, because like this is the 45-minute chart, but like look at this, it was trading at like 18 cents. Then they posted some just BS preclinical news, and then they sold a bunch of shares for $1.35. They had warrants at like $3 or something, three and some change, and then somehow they found a way to lower the price of the warrants and sell them for $1.35. So the fact that this is making this move, it's going to come back down. But we know that about these tickers. It's just when they're going to come back down. Are they going to get manipulated? Are they going to make a illogical move? But if it gets up to 215, I'm about to add more to it.
If it falls, your chips are gonna go bye-bye.
And the shares are pretty cheap, so that makes me feel good. So I just secured those, and I have an entry at 217 now. So if this 5-minute candle closes above this candle, I'm probably going to bounce. It technically didn't, so I'm still in it. Oh, IPA making a beautiful move down. I'm gonna close out a little bit more on this move. Okay, so now I only have 3 plays to focus on. NEHC, RSLS, and KLTO. Okay, I'm in the money with KLTO now. Or I should say break even. This 210 is break even for me. I trimmed 200 shares at break even just to get a smaller size. I don't want to be super heavy in this one because I'm about to have to end the live stream shortly. Get ready for my next flight.
Yeah, by the looks, that's pretty.
Disappointed in SOAR. Oh, see, there's a nice,
Ladies and gentlemen.
man, it tested VWAP and rejected hard. Wow.
Do not leave items unattended at any time.
Yeah, a little disappointed with how SOAR opened up, but that's all right.
Maintain control.
Made a little bit of money on other plays.
Production and
I'll live.
without do not carry items belonging to others. Note that all bags are subject to search. Report any suspicious persons or unusual activity to your nearest law enforcement officer. Thank you.
Alex, I could not agree with you more. I played it just like you did, bro.
Okay.
Verbatim. I was a little nervous about it, mostly because it's not that bad of a company. They have cash. They have a decent amount of institutional ownership. So I'm out of IPA as well.
Oh my.
Trend Raider, I'm actually probably going to end the live stream shortly. I'm actually at the airport. Just wanted to do a live for a little bit in between my flights. The main play that I'm looking at right now is I'm in NEHC, but that play's dead. The main ones to look at are, for me, dang, look at IPA now, Alex. Jeez, we jumped out early. That's all right. RSLS testing the pre-market highs, and then KLTO testing pre-market highs. That's the best two plays right now, in my opinion. And I feel the best about RSLS is making another move up. I feel the best about KLTO though, because I know this company's trash. It was trading for like 18 cents a few days ago. And then they posted a PR that was not that great, in my opinion, because they did some tests on mice, preclinical tests on mice. So that means before they could ever make money on it, they would have to pass phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, submit for FDA approval, get FDA approval, raise enough capital to sell it to the public or get a buyout from a big company. So it's probably 8 years away from making money off that. So this will fade away again at some point. And this might be where it fades, because if you look at the daily, let's not look at the daily, let's look at the 30-minute. And they just got rid of some warrants too at $1.35. They lowered the warrants. They had them at around like 350, I think, 325. And somehow they were able to get the warrants price down to 135, and they sold a bunch of them there. So this is just a dead cat bounce, in my opinion. Big move. Then it's making a little move right here. You can see there's resistance in this area. It's clear resistance right here at 220. So I'm in 800 shares. I don't plan on selling any until end of day, unless it breaks a new high and starts acting up. But I don't think that's going to happen. So yeah, long story short, I think that's the best play right now. The more I look at it, the more I'm selling myself on it.
Welcome
Welcome to the Queen City. Whether you're a resident or
But I'm probably going to wrap up
in Charlotte,
here shortly.
proud of our
RSLS is blasting off. I should have already gotten out of it.
And we hope
If it gives back some right here, I'm just going to get out.
during your time with us.
But
Safe
that's
travel.
kind of the main plays for me today. I'm going to go ahead and trim some of RSLS right here. Well, no, I'm not. I'm going to wait for it to come back down some. What is it? Where's it trying to go, I wonder? Let's see. Oh, this is where it's trying to go. Hope it's not trying to go to the pivot. But, so it's at the 9 right now. It got rejected. It looks like it might get rejected at 4. And then VWAP is up here. Oh, no, this is VWAP. So this is the 20 moving average. Part that concerns me with this one is that the pivot is so high up here. And you can see it's already attacked that pivot one time this month already. Got up to the pivot, failed, came back down. So, and this company is so trash that it's fallen so hard that the 200 moving average is at 90 bucks. That's wild. But yeah, so y'all know my plan for the day. I'm about to hop off because I got to go on my next flight here shortly. I'm going to see if I can get out of RSLS without taking too much of a loss. It comes back down to this 350 level. I'm going to trim my position substantially, if not completely get out. And it's starting to give some back now. So I'm getting ready to, I'm going to close some out here in the 360s actually. I don't want this one play to ruin my day. And then, so I trimmed some at 366 and, or what did I get out at? 368. Trim some at 368. And if it gets back to 350 range, I'm going to get out of the rest. Or if it breaks 4 and holds, I'm just going to close out at the position and re-enter if it hits the pivot level. But yeah, that's kind of it for me, guys. Let me know if y'all see anything else. But as of right now, that's kind of all the plays I'm looking at. Oh, SOAR, look at it. And y'all know how I feel about SOAR. I would love to, it could still get to that level I was telling you about. Last thing before I bounce. If this gets up to pre-market highs, which is 420, I'm entering. And then if it decides to get up to the 200 moving average, which is a little north of 5, I'm going to enter heavy, expecting a rejection. So main things I'm looking at. Hopefully this has been helpful, and I'll be in the circle group. I'll be home around 12. My flight should get home around 12:30, I think. And I'll be active second half of the day. But anyways, if I don't sleep, I've been up over 24 hours now, but that's all right. I'll catch up at some point. But anyways, I'm about to bounce. See y'all next time.
I didn't tell you. Maybe you can. Because right now.